everyone, and thank you for watching. Today I want to talk about something sweet, chewy, and super popular, especially with young people. Can you guess what it is? That's right, it's tapioca. You probably know tapioca as the little black pearls in bubble tea or boba tea. But did you know that tapioca has a long history and comes from a plant? Today we're going to learn about the story of tapioca, how it became a global trend, and some fun facts along the way. So let's begin. Let's start with the basics. What is tapioca really? Tapioca is a kind of starch. It comes from a root vegetable called cassava. Cassava is also called yuca in some countries. It grows in tropical places like Brazil, Thailand, Nigeria, and Indonesia. People in these countries have been eating cassava for hundreds of years. They use it to make bread, cakes, and many other foods. But cassava is not safe to eat raw. That's because it contains a poison called cyanide. Don't worry though. When people cook cassava the right way, the poison disappears. That's how we get safe and tasty tapioca. So where did tapioca come from first? The story begins in South America, especially in Brazil. Long ago, native people there started growing cassava. They learned how to make it safe and useful. They dried the starch from cassava and used it in cooking. When Portuguese explorers arrived in the 1500s, they took cassava to other parts of the world, like Africa and Asia. That's how tapioca spread across the globe. Now, let's fast forward to Taiwan in the 1980s. This is where the magic happened. A small tea shop in Taiwan wanted to try something new. They mixed sweet milk tea with ice and added some cooked tapioca pearls. The result? Bubble tea. At first, it was just a fun local drink. But soon, more and more people loved it. The chewy pearls and sweet tea made a perfect match. And guess what? It didn't stop there. The trend moved to Japan, then to the US, and finally, all over the world. Today, you can find bubble tea in big cities and small towns, from New York to Tokyo to Nairobi. Why do people love bubble tea so much? One reason is the texture. In food science, we call it mouthfeel. The soft, chewy pearls are fun to eat. They're not like anything else. Some people even say chewing the tapioca pearls is relaxing. Another reason is the variety. There are so many flavors. Milk tea, fruit tea, brown sugar, matcha, taro, and more. You can also choose different toppings, like pudding, jelly, or cheese foam. Yes, cheese foam. It sounds strange, but some people love it. Let me tell you a short story. A friend of mine went to a bubble tea shop in Los Angeles for the first time. She didn't know what to order. The menu was huge. Mango green tea, honeydew milk, strawberry slush. She asked the person at the counter, "What do most people get?" The worker smiled and said, "Brown sugar milk tea with boba. It's a classic." She tried it and fell in love. Now she goes back every week. But bubble tea is not just a drink. It's also a culture. In many cities, people meet friends at bubble tea cafes. They study, chat, or take cute photos for social media. Some even call it the Starbucks for General Z. Bubble tea stores often have stylish designs, fun straws, and colorful cups. For young people, it's not just about the drink. It's about the experience. Of course, some people worry about the health effects of bubble tea. That's a good question to ask. Is bubble tea healthy? Well, like many sweet drinks, it can have a lot of sugar. One cup may contain more than 300 calories. That's almost the same as a small meal. Also, the tapioca pearls are mostly carbohydrates, which means they give you energy, but not many nutrients. So, it's okay to enjoy bubble tea sometimes, but not every day. Just like cake or ice cream, it's best as a treat. Now here's a fun science fact. Did you know tapioca pearls can change size and shape when cooked? When you boil them, they absorb water and become soft and bouncy. But if you leave them too long, they turn sticky or even disappear. That's why bubble tea shops have to cook them fresh every few hours. Timing is very important. And here's another strange fact. In 2019, scientists in Germany found an X-ray image of a girl's stomach. It showed many small round balls inside. What were they? Tapioca pearls. She had drunk too much bubble tea without chewing well. So remember, chew your pearls properly. Tapioca is not only in drinks. In some countries, people use tapioca starch to make snacks, like chips and crackers. In India, there's a dish called sabudana khichdi, made with tiny white tapioca pearls. In Thailand, people make a dessert called saku, using tapioca pearls, coconut milk, and sugar. In the US and Europe, tapioca pudding is a common dessert. It's sweet, creamy, and often served cold. Even in Japan, tapioca has become very popular in recent years. In fact, the word tapiru became a slang word in Japanese. It means to go get bubble tea. Isn't that funny? A food became a verb. Now let's stop and think. Why does a simple starch from a tropical plant become such a global hit? Part of the answer is science. Tapioca has the right texture and flexibility. It can be shaped into balls, cooked quickly, and mixed with many flavors. Another part is culture. People love trying new things, especially sweet, fun foods that they can share with others. And another part is emotion. Bubble tea feels like a small happiness you can hold in your hand. Before we finish, I want to ask you a question. What's your favorite flavor of bubble tea? Do you like it with pearls or maybe with jelly? Do you prefer cold drinks or hot ones? Next time you drink bubble tea, think about its journey. From the roots of the cassava plant in South America to the busy streets of Taiwan to your hand. It's not just a drink. It's a story of travel, taste, and tradition. So the next time someone says, "It's just boba," you can say, "Oh no, it's much more than that." Thanks for listening, and I hope you learned something new today. Stay curious, enjoy your drinks, and see you next time.